MongoDB is breaking that, trying to break that $300 resistance. And like I said, this can possibly go to 340 in a couple days. It's insane, this chart. Okay, we're going to go MongoDB, number 2 pick of the day. For the day, do I have a target? Let's just call this a swing target of next target. Where's
315 or something?
Next target, let's say 320.
Whoa.
I'm going to 320 for the next target. 318. 350. You want to do 315? I go 318.
All right.
And then RR, which was just beautiful yesterday. If you look at the weekly chart, so now they have multiple. This is just beautiful. This is in play again. This is in play again. It hit 290, broke 290 because we have the Walmart catalyst, which has not been PR'd yet. All right, we have Nvidia catalyst that they put a tweet out like 2 days ago thanking Nvidia for their first order. For what? Helping them get their first order. I'm not sure. Maybe someone knows. And then last night, late afternoon, or was it after hours? No, it was late afternoon. Late afternoon yesterday, they put another tweet that at some Nvidia conference or something, they're gonna reveal a new robot. Okay, so look at the weekly chart here, dude. I just bought a little more at 316. That was me. Just another 1,000 shares. It's not a big position because I was hoping to re-enter like 290 to 3 support. I'm not sure I'm gonna get. You see how beautiful this support is here at 306. Not sure it's going to get there. And if you look at the weekly chart here, and I probably put this in the morning note, 340 to 350 is like the next level. But honestly, like this thing can make a move towards $4, 394, something like that, Brett. So I put this in play again as a top 5 pick. So put it all together, look at the daily chart. We're at 280. We're above this obvious resistance at 251. We're above the 200 DMA. And then the next resistance is up here at 300. You see that candle? 299. And the other thing I like to do, when you break the 200 DMA, you move to the weekly chart. You move to the weekly chart, guess what we have here? The 200-week moving average, which is, ooh, look at this. How beautiful, Brett. Look at the weekly chart. Look how,
no, that's what I was looking at yesterday.
Look how beautiful 300 is, because it was resistance, resistance, resistance. Boom, broke above it. Resistance, that's now a magnet. All right? So 300 is your target on MDV. So I had BMNR as my top pick here since last night. I got a big position last night on this ETH breakout. I'm looking at the ETH daily chart, and the ETH daily chart says to me, based on this RSI not being overbought yet, that we're going to break over 4,000. Man, Godfather and I, at the same exact millisecond, posted in the VIP chat yesterday saying, hey, it looks like this wants to break 4,000. And then literally 3 minutes later, it started rocketing hundreds of dollars. I don't know if you saw that, right? It was crazy timing. So in any case, that's,
that was epic.
That's the top pick of the day. And BMNR was the top pick the prior day as well. So I have a top pick, not the top pick. I have a next target of $45.70 for BMNR. I got like a 10% position or something at this point. You'll see the allocations in the morning. I think I'm just going to keep it. Okay. I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try to just swing this. I mean, at this point, BMNR is the MSTR of the Ethereum space. Ethereum is just, exploding, not only based on the chart, but based on all these ETH treasury things that are going on. That's just going to support the price even further. So I like this BMNR as a top pick again today. MongoDB is breaking that, trying to break that $300 resistance. And like I said, this can possibly go to 340 in a couple days. It's insane, this chart. Okay, we're going to go MongoDB, number 2 pick of the day. For the day, do I have a target? Let's just call this a swing target of... Next target. Where's
315 or something?
Next target, let's say 320.
Whoa.
I'm going to 320 for the next target. 318. 350. You want to do 315? I go 318.
All right.
And then RR, which was just beautiful yesterday. If you look at the weekly chart, so now they have multiple. This is just beautiful. This is in play again. This is in play again. It hit 290, broke 290 because we have the Walmart catalyst, which has not been PR'd yet. All right, we have NVIDIA catalyst that they put a tweet out like 2 days ago thanking NVIDIA for their first order. For what? Helping them get their first order. I'm not sure. Maybe someone knows. And then last night, late afternoon, or was it after hours? No, it was late afternoon yesterday. They put another tweet that at some NVIDIA conference or something, they're gonna reveal a new robot. Okay, so look at the weekly chart here, dude. I just bought a little more at 316. That was me, just another 1,000 shares. It's not a big position because I was hoping to re-enter like 290 to 3 support. I'm not sure I'm gonna get. You see how beautiful this support is here at 306. Not sure it's going to get there. And if you look at the weekly chart here, and I probably put this in the morning note, 340 to 350 is like the next level. But honestly, like this thing can make a move towards $4, 394, something like that, right? So I put this in play again as a top 5 pick. So put it all together, look at the daily chart. We're at 280. We're above this obvious resistance at 251. We're above the 200 DMA. And then the next resistance is up here at 300. You see that candle? 299. And the other thing I like to do when you break the 200 DMA, you move to the weekly chart. You move to the weekly chart, guess what we have here? The 200-week moving average, which is, ooh, look at this. How beautiful, Brett. Look at the weekly chart. Look how
no, that's what I was looking at yesterday.
Look how beautiful 300 is, because it was resistance, resistance, resistance. Boom, broke above it. Resistance, that's now a magnet. All right? So 300 is your target on MDB. So I had BMNR as my top pick here since last night. I got a big position last night on this ETH breakout. I'm looking at the ETH daily chart, and the ETH daily chart says to me, based on this RSI not being overbought yet, that we're going to break over 4,000. Man, Godfather and I, at the same exact millisecond, posted in the VIP chat yesterday saying, hey, it looks like this wants to break 4,000. And then literally 3 minutes later, it started rocketing hundreds of dollars. I don't know if you saw that, right? That was crazy timing. So in any case,
That was epic.
That's the top pick of the day. And BMNR is the top pick the prior day as well. So I have a top pick, not the top pick. I have a next target of $45.70 for BMNR. I got like a 10% position or something at this point. You'll see the allocations in the morning. I think I'm just going to keep it. Okay. I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try to just swing this. I mean, at this point, BMNR is the MSTR of the Ethereum space. Ethereum is just, exploding, not only based on the chart, but based on all these ETH treasury things that are going on. That's just going to support the price even further. So I like this BMNR as a top pick again today. MongoDB is breaking that, trying to break that $300 resistance. And like I said, this can possibly go to 340 in a couple days. It's insane, this chart. Okay, we're going to go MongoDB, number 2 pick of the day. For the day, do I have a target? Let's just call this a swing target of next target. Where's
315 or something?
Next target, let's say 320.
Whoa.
I'm going to 320 for the next target. 318. 350. You want to do 315? I go 318.
All right.
And then RR, which was just beautiful yesterday. If you look at the weekly chart, so now they have multiple. This is just beautiful. This is in play again. This is in play again. It hit 290, broke 290 because we have the Walmart catalyst, which has not been PR'd yet. All right, we have NVIDIA catalyst that they put a tweet out like 2 days ago thanking NVIDIA for their first order. For what? Helping them get their first order. I'm not sure. Maybe someone knows. And then last night, late afternoon, or was it after hours? No, it was late afternoon yesterday. They put another tweet that at some NVIDIA conference or something, they're gonna reveal a new robot. Okay, so look at the weekly chart here, dude. I just bought a little more at 316. That was me, just another 1,000 shares. It's not a big position because I was hoping to re-enter like 290 to 3 support. I'm not sure I'm gonna get. You see how beautiful this support is here at 306. Not sure it's going to get there. And if you look at the weekly chart here, and I probably put this in the morning note, 340 to 350 is like the next level. But honestly, like this thing can make a move towards $4, 394, something like that, Brett. So I put this in play again as a top 5 pick. So put it all together, look at the daily chart. We're at 280. We're above this obvious resistance at 251. We're above the 200 DMA. And then the next resistance is up here at 300. You see that candle? 299. And the other thing I like to do when you break the 200 DMA, you move to the weekly chart. You move to the weekly chart. Guess what we have here? The 200-week moving average, which is, ooh, look at this. How beautiful, Brett. Look at the weekly chart. Look how
no, that's what I was looking at yesterday.
Look how beautiful 300 is because it was resistance, resistance, resistance. Boom, broke above it. Resistance. That's now a magnet. All right. So 300 is your target on MDB.
It's not easy to understand why stocks go up and down, but even in volatile markets, there's always a discoverable and logical reason behind price action. Story trading is a social investing community of investors who share information to uncover the hidden stories behind the trade through the 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. All price action can be understood through the lens of these pillars, allowing for a holistic view that empowers better decision-making. Only by understanding markets can you beat them. Join our community today and start making sense of markets.
Good morning, Story Traders. It is Tuesday, September 2nd. We're here with you live on X. We'll be here throughout the morning. Actually, got a special free preview show for you today. We're going to do a pre-market prep, go right into live trading, and we'll take that into a CEO interview at 10:30 a.m. Ticker symbol FGNX. We'll talk about that in a bit. We'll continue some live trading after that. And then I'll see you guys again at 1 p.m. on Wolf Financial Spaces. We've got a special small cap show. And we're going to invite back during that small cap show, chairman of Verb, which is now TonX. Verb changed to TONX today, Ton Treasury Strategy. All right, so a lot going on today. First, let me. Oh, wait a second. Why isn't this showing? 1 second. I got to reshare my screen. Brett, good morning. You there?
Yeah, morning, Ben. How's it going?
All right, awesome. Let's get. You ready for a marathon morning?
Oh yeah, it's a full on sprint today for us.
Here's the weekly update for you. Friday was uncharacteristically bad for me. I don't have drawdowns like this. I did a little bit of my less of my risk management Friday, and a little bit more of my buy the dips, which I don't normally do. I tried it Friday, it didn't work. So down 4.87% Friday, but for the week last week, up 7.7%. For the month, up 46% versus SPY, and for the year, 448%. So a little setback on Friday, but we will get out of that, I think, fairly quickly. Have a nice macro discussion here. I'll go through that in my own new words again in just a second. I will say we were a green signal for pretty much the entire month of August, and on Friday, we went to yellow alert. Just in time for that drawdown on Friday. That turned out to be the prescient doing that on Friday. I was actually contemplating going a red alert this morning, but decided not to. We'll talk about that. Anyway, we got our Trump world updates here, proximal catalyst, ER schedule for the week, economic data packed, a lot of economic data this week, okay, along with a lot of other stuff and my allocations, okay. So that's the little preview of the morning note, which you get each and every morning when you are a subscriber of Story Trading. Let's go to the macro. Gold saved me a little bit, is going to save me a little bit this morning. It was not an official top pick on Friday, but I noted the strength on the pre-market show. And look at this, the breakout, just unbelievable. I had a huge position at one point on Friday, and I wish I kept it all. But yeah, still like came into the day with like a 49% common share position and 0.75% in call options. But one point Friday, I was basically 100% long gold, and all my other positions were on margin, with like a 2% call contract position. But yeah, I just didn't have the guts to hold that through the weekend, so we cut it down to basically I cut my call options by 60% and my common shares by 50%. But that's going to save me a little bit here this morning. But here's the story, guys. This is not good. In my macro discussion this morning, I talked about how the main reason I was wrong Friday was because I predicted that an inline PCE is all you need to have a risk on market on the last day of the month. Window dressing, sometimes last day of the month tends to be pretty good. And we didn't get that despite PCE coming in line. And to me, that was a warning sign, even before everything that's happening this morning, which will add to it. But that's a warning sign. There are two things, actually three major, and make it five. There's five things that really worry me about today and September. Okay, the first thing is that PCE I talked about, failure to rally on PCE, inline PCE. Second thing is we broke below this IWM breakout level. It was 235.42. We broke below 235.42 on Friday. All right, so now then we have a technical breakdown over there. Where's the next support? You have another support here at 231.46. It's sitting right at the next support at 231.46. Okay, and then what are the other factors? Then we have seasonality. Okay. We have seasonality. We have it in August, but we were able to escape August. But September is another month, and October is another. This 3-month period tends to be very difficult, where you can have significant drawdowns for an extended period of time. So we escaped August, but it looks like maybe someone had a plan here, a plan ahead of time to short the market and try to trigger a September correction. I think that's part of what we're seeing here. That's why you had this pre-plan to sell the news on PCE, even though it was in line. And you had some manipulation, I think I saw in the futures market last night and in Ethereum and Bitcoin. Another factor, which is a danger sign, is Ethereum below the 20 DMA. The last time Ethereum went below the 20 DMA, markets dropped 4%, about 4% in 2 days. Okay, we only dropped like 0.7% on Friday. So if you're going to repeat that pattern, you got to drop another, 3.2%. So that's another bad sign. Okay. Now, a problematic thing that I did not write about in the morning note, I dismissed a little bit the tariff court case. The judge in the which court was it? I'm not sure. This here, where is that? Here we go. Federal Appeals Court. Okay, so the Federal Appeals Court striking down many of Trump's tariffs. Now that doesn't go into effect until mid-October to allow time for the Supreme Court to decide what they want to do. All right, so I dismiss that because I'm like, it's a conservative Supreme Court. No one's going to worry about that much. Now, one thing to understand about this is, superficially, you might think, I forgot to put those lights on over there. Hey, guys, can you put on those 2 light switches over there? Thanks. So superficially, you might think, okay, if we're rescinding the tariffs, well, that's great news because tariffs has been the problem in terms of inflation and the Fed's worry and all that. So let's rescind the tariffs. That's great. But it's not that simple. We've had 6 months, 8 months. How many months is it now for the economy to adjust to the higher tariffs? You take that away, that's a lot of turmoil. All right. There's lots of money going different places because of the tariffs. You take that away, it's kind of a nightmare. Now, but what's worse this morning, okay, is it doesn't matter what you or I think about the likelihood of the Supreme Court holding the tariffs up or not. What matters is what the bond market's telling you. Okay, the bond market here down 0.9%, 85.51. Is that below support? It is below this support, below the proximal low. Not good. Okay, why is the bond market down? Well, the headlines are saying it's down because of the possibility that if he loses this in the Supreme Court, the possibility that the United States government will have to pay refunds back from the tariffs that were collected, which will hurt the Treasury, right? Meaning now they have an even bigger debt, bigger deficit, and have to raise more money, issue more bonds, higher supply of bonds, right? Price goes down. Price of bonds go down, interest rates go up, IWM risk assets go down. Okay, that's what's happening this morning. So you have so many factors here which are not really great. Okay, now I said you're sitting on support at 231.46 on IWM, but let's take a look at QQQ and SPY. At this point, you got to say, hey, you can at least correct the 50 DMA on QQQ. Oh, you're already there. Holy, what? You are now below the 50 DMA on QQQ. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was going to say that chart is not looking good.
SPY below the 20 DMA in pre-market here. This is not fun, guys. I got to say, so I'm at yellow alert on the weekly update, which I said that means I recommend maintaining higher cash levels and being significantly more selective in stock picking at this time. Okay. And I said that I put in the chat this morning in the Discord that I was like borderline almost went to red alert this morning. And that was before I knew about the bond market being down. Okay. A little spike here. But if I had really appreciated or saw the bond market down on worries about the refunds, I might have published a red alert this morning. Okay. So macro not looking great. All right. Now, have a little bit of a hedge in gold, which is working out. Did I sell any? I put in an order to sell some. Let me see if it went through. Sold 30% of my common share position here. All right, that's going to help a little bit. The call options are going to help a little bit, but wow, what a chart. Look, I don't know, Rhett. The easy low-hanging fruit on gold was Friday. It was just so clear we're going to break out to all-time new highs. Now that you're up here at 320, I don't even know how to chart this. You'd have to do like Fibonacci extensions and stuff, which is not my thing. But RSI is still not overbought. That's another reason I went long gold Friday, because you had this pattern here. It's tried to break out 3 times before, triple top. but the RSI was the lowest of all these attempts. Private RSI was the lowest of all those attempts, so that was one of the reasons I went long. Now that you're breaking above it, I don't know, man. My instinct is to just sell at the open and pocket the profits. Rhett, you have any thoughts on this gold chart? Is this something you think will keep running today? Is it worth it for me to keep some of this gold, or what's your take on gold?
Personally, I think it would be worth it to keep a little bit, especially with your trading under the moving averages. So keep that in mind with the indices. Maybe some more room down, but normally, whenever you see a big move down like this in pre-market, you bounce back a little bit at the
What
opening.
about the technical chart though? Because gold does not act as it doesn't always act as a hedge. It doesn't usually act as a hedge, to tell you the truth, against markets, right? So a QQQ down 1.5, it doesn't mean gold's going to be up 1.5. So it's complicated. Sometimes it acts as a hedge, sometimes it doesn't. There's so many factors involved. But just from the technicals alone, when you see a chart like this, because you're more of a technical trader than I, what do you think? Yeah, because 318, but we're going to gap open at 320, 321. Is that something you take your profits on and run, or you think can you chart something?
I think what you do here in this situation is you take about 50% of your profits off the table. So reduce your size to half and then go from there.
Okay. Well, I already did that Friday, so maybe another half. Okay. All right, cool. So that's the macro outlook. Not looking hot, but doesn't mean we can't find alpha. We tend to always find alpha in every market situation. So we'll get to that in just a few moments. Here's the ER schedule up here. NEO reported this morning. I don't really trade Chinese stocks. You can take a look at it. I think the headline looked like a miss, but maybe not. I don't know. Bounce back. I don't trade Chinese stocks. Berna is expected to pre-announce earnings this week. Not report this week, but they always pre-announce. And this is the week they're going to pre-announce revenue. So we'll see. All right. Then we have announcing today after the close, I believe, is Zscaler. Then starting tomorrow, we got Dollar Tree, Macy's, Salesforce, American Eagle, something I want to have my eye on. I may play this leading up into the earnings report. GitLab, Credo, Hewlett Packard, DocuSign, Lululemon, Broadcom, Children's Place. Okay, these are the ERs for the entire week. Usually we have to put them here day by day, but it's a light ER schedule. I was able to cram them all into a short watch list here. Okay, let's head on over to the top pick list. Wow, this morning there are a bunch of catalysts and made a little bit of money on UUU. Unfortunately, it was when I saw this, it was pre 7 a.m., meaning I couldn't trade it in Fidelity where my big money is. I had to do my small money Webull account. I got in at 370 ish, sold at 470 ish on a $1 dividend. It's up 270 on a $1 dividend. I can't endorse it here. Ross in our community was saying that there was an example the other week of a stock that had like a $1 dividend and it went up like $10 or something like that. So at this point, the traders are in charge of the momentum and there are apparently no shares to short. So it's fundamentally overvalued it up 270, but I'm glad at least Ross and I and maybe some others made a few bucks on this early alert on UUU this morning. Now, there is news this morning on the following stocks, which could, okay, so I put in a bunch of catalysts that I thought could outperform today from these levels. So ONDS actually down 9%, but from these levels, I think could outperform, establishing a, let me see how they word it, basically a fund to invest in other AI and drone technology, $150 million fund. You can take a look at that. ONDS has been a huge winner for a community. Actually, on Friday, was it, or Thursday? I forgot if it was Friday morning or Thursday. I sold the last of my ONDS shares in my retirement account. And we're like, yeah, let's see if we can get a pullback. 534, is that the pullback to get back in the retirement account? I'm not sure, but I got some for my trade account. All right. So ONDS today could be interesting. Now, FGNX, interviewing the chairman. Is it the CEO or the chairman? Rhett, do you know? I think
it's the my off mute. The CEO.
So we're interviewing the CEO. Maja. Do you know how to say her name? I don't know.
Correct. It's MAJA, I believe.
All right. Anyway, digital Ethereum. Oh, there's an Ethereum digital treasury strategy. Only has at this point 1.3 million shares outstanding. So it could get interesting. Hold on. The things popping up on my news feed. I just got to make sure I'm not missing anything important. Wow, I missed the whole 9 a.m. news dump. All right. Thankfully, I do this show at 9 a.m. And thankfully, there's usually not material news in the 9 a.m. hour. And I think there's a reason for that. Companies that have real news, they want to put that news out, as early as possible, so analysts and people who are serious can actually look into it. Oh, here we go. Ross actually put it in. IINN. There you go. I'm just sorry, I'm repeating you, Ross. There. So there's some news. Okay, and then by the time you get to 9 a.m., it tends to be companies that want to take advantage of markets and like squeeze something in the last second, so that the market doesn't have time to digest it. Meaning, if you have real good news, the company wants people time to digest the news, okay, because they know it's legit. If the news is like not superb, they put it in at like 9:15, 9:20, whatever, because they don't want time for people to really investigate it thoroughly, so you can get like a pop and maybe have some momentum for the stock for the day. So 9 a.m. news dump tends to not be inflection type news events, which is great for us because that's when I'm live, and I miss the 9 a.m. news dump most of the time. That being said, there's a company that I've been following, IINN, with some news out here saying here, came out at 9 a.m. A top U.S. hospital has expanded the use of an Inspire Art 100 system to lung transplantation procedures. The hospital is included in, the clinical expansion follows. Nothing quantitative here, just it's saying an expansion. Okay. So I don't think it's strong enough for me to trade today, although I think the lung might be something new. We'll keep an eye on that. I'll think about it later. All right. Now, heading back over to our top pick list. You know what? I'm going to start with, in the newsletter this morning, before we finish these catalysts, I had UNH listed because it had a very impressive Friday. Now, we traded UNH after the Warren Buffett news and two other famous investors. I forget their names now. Brett, maybe you remember. But we played it in after hours on August 14th and morning of August 15th, and we made pretty good money on it. And it's consolidated since then. And Friday, relative strength in a bad market, had its biggest open green candle day since the news. Okay, that's pretty significant. Down 0.67% this morning. If you break 316.40, you can finally get to the 326 target I had back then. So we didn't quite reach our target on August 15th, August 16th. We tried it August 18th. I tried it for a second day there, and then it failed to reach my ambitious target. But now, with that relative strength Friday, you can look at the possibility. And, another reason I kind of like this is because if the hot stocks are down, all the stocks have been up a lot, and tech stocks and AI and all that stuff is correcting, you could see a rotation into something more boring like healthcare, especially a stock that's been down so much. So even in this red market, I want to say UNH might still be a top pick today. All right, we're going to refine these top picks just in the next 10 minutes here. So UNH, possible 316.40 target, first target, 326.55, second target on UNH. Okay. I think I might like you ONDS here for a top 5 pick today. But let's go down the list. Okay, so FGNX interviewing the CEO at 10:30. TONX interviewing the chairman at 1:30 on Wolf Financial spaces following the Tesla space. So keep an eye on these. ZBIO had some news this morning. You can take a look at that. ARWR. I have a little bit of ZBIO, but I'm not going to make this a top pick. You can take a look at the news on ZBIO. ARWR looked like pretty impressive news. Novartis getting a lot of money up front here, several hundred million, up to 2.2 billion.
Also, we have some news on Sinestech this morning as well.
That's right. We had some news on Sinestech.
So
right.
Deployments expanded to additional Chicago neighborhoods. So they keep expanding throughout Chicago. So that's good. More deployments, more revenue, more money.
Okay, so Nestec, which is a sponsor of our program. We haven't talked about it in a long time because there has chart actually looks good. One of my larger positions in my retirement account, Nestec, is up slightly on this news, expanding in Chicago. Okay, you can take a look at that news. I'll put that up near the top of the list. Let's see here. MOBX with some news. I scalped this from like 123 to 130. You can take the look at the news on MOBX. Look, a lot of these things, if the market was better, I'd be all over them in larger size, and I'd be like, oh, this could be a top 5, that could be a top 5, but not today. All right. For today, like I said, you need to be significantly pickier on a catalyst, and you really want inflection point catalysts to trade if you're going to be trading with conviction today. All right. So even MOBX, even though it looks great, it looks beautiful, but on a day like today, I think it's a little too risky to make that a top pick. Okay. Pepsi activist investor, was it Elliott? I think it was $4 billion stake. That's not too much though. That's 2% of the company, and the stock's up 5%. I'm not going to chase that. Okay. Cytotech with some news. Biotech's too unpredictable to me. There's some good analyst commentary out on the news that came out yesterday. You can take a look at that. All right. Drio out with some news. I did get a little bit of this at like 972. This is like the first good news I've seen out of Drio in forever. All right. The headline is secures 5 new employer contracts across cardiometabolic suite, including its largest employer to date. That's worth something, contributing to annual recurring revenues beginning Q3 2025. Okay. So that's actually significant news out of Drio. I'm going to throw that to the top. I actually wanted to get more, but there was a volume restriction on Fidelity. I couldn't. But, you know, none of these yet, none of these that I'm talking about is really top 5 status. Okay. Now, I will give a hint about something that is a top pick, but I can't give you all the details because I got to save it for our community. But Berna is a top pick for the week, not necessarily for today. Market's tough today, but I think I teased earlier when I went to the ER's list that Berna traditionally will pre-announce the revenue, even if it's bad revenue, by the way. Okay. They pre-announce their revenue, and I think we have a little bit of an edge in predicting what's going to happen with that. So Berna is a top pick, but I can't give you details. You got to join our Discord to learn all of the details on Berna. But again, not necessarily today. The news will come later this week. Well, not going to come today. Okay. So so we have AEO with earnings tomorrow that I'll be interested in. We have Berna with pre-announcement later. I'll be interested in UNH. Beautiful chart. All right. Then we have like all these little tiny companies, which like on a day like today, I don't like it. I don't like them on a day like today. All right. I think I might elevate ONDS to top 5 though. I think ONDS is not a little tiny company. It's a legit company. We love it. It's kind of hard to, again, it's kind of hard. You have this reversal candle on a Friday. So even on good news, that's hard to endorse. It's certainly not going to be the number 1 pick of the day. Look at all these open green candles, and you have a closed green candle. I mean, that's asking for trouble to do anything with conviction on ONDS. But I did get a small position in the 530s, I believe it was, filled at 534. I'm up slightly on it. But this is not a day to do anything with size and conviction. All right. So it's like, okay, I'll play a little bit with ONDS. I'll maybe play a little bit with Drio. Okay. As far as number 1 pick of the day, Rhett, you know, the only things that I own right now that I feel good about is gold, Berna, and ONDS. For today, I feel good about ONDS. I'm not in UNH yet, but I do love that chart, and I'm anxious to try to get back into AEO before earnings tomorrow. But what's the number 1 pick of the day going to be? I don't think I can make a gold. Can you when you're gapping up 0.8%, 0.9%?
Yeah, that's kind of hard to do. You know what one I actually like that sticks out to me is the Nestec chart. Actually,
it is a beautiful chart.
Moving averages. You have
I know it is a beautiful chart, but like on a day like today, The thing is, the news. Let's look at the news and let's take a minute to read it. Well, it's 9:26. I mean, it's nice. It's an expansion in Chicago, but it's not like a new city. It's. I don't think. Hold on. I'm reading it. They mentioned New York. This program builds on similar successful efforts in cities such as New York, Boston, and Baltimore. Where police support Chicago's efforts is the only provider of voting birth control. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's nice, but I just don't think this to make it a top pick. Okay, so like I would put that in the category of like Mobex. All right, nice,
Yeah.
but I can't make it a top pick today. If you want to play it, play it. It's an Aztec. You want to play it, play it. Can't make it a top pick. Okay. ZBIO, same thing. You want to play that or Arrowhead? Play this stuff with small size. Cytotech, maybe you want to play that with small size, but none of these rise to number one pick of the day. So what's the number one pick of the day going to be, right? Or it's 9:27. I don't even have a number one pick of the day. I mean, you know what? I'm just going to stick with the pre-market note. I said Berna. I said UNH. Top two. Let's just keep those. Now, Berna, not necessarily for today. It might not work out today, but I feel good adding today for a swing into later this week. So Berna, UNH, ONDS. I'm going to put ONDS ahead of UNH over here. Should I take a risk? Should I flip these? ONDS. Should I put ONDS first? I'm going to do it. Right, last minute decision. ONDS first, Berna second, UNH third, and that's it. And if you want to make cash first instead of ONDS, right, go for it. It's not a day to take a lot of risks, guys.
Yeah, definitely not.
Those are your top picks, right? ONDS, Berna, UNH, and gold. I'm looking to exit. So hang with us. I also have a position a little bit in FGNX ahead of this interview. Our interviews, we tend to interview good companies that have good reactions to our interviews. So have a little bit of FGNX. I would like to be in Verb TonX, but it's not available to buy on Fidelity right now. Maybe I'll buy some in E-Trade.
All right, putting that out for the community.
Look at the UNH. I might try some UNH call options. I might try some UNH call options here. Thing is, what do I do first? Sell my gold calls or try to buy UNH call options? I think I should sell some gold calls at the open. Let's see. 318. These should open at like $3 or so. All right, let me put an order to sell some of these at $3. Average price $1.36. Almost a triple on these gold call options. Let me put those. It was a 318. Here it is. Add to watch list. Top pick. All right. So I'm going to sell some of these gold calls. Oh, 315. Okay, must have sold. What did I sell it at? 351. Holy. No, it didn't go through yet. What the hell? Or Fidelity is just late reporting. I don't know. Look at UNH, guys. Oh gosh. Let me see if I can get a call option here. UNH calls expired.
We're already breaking low a day.
310. What's that? I'm getting some 312.50 call options. Oh, it's not letting me do it. Shoot. I have to do a limit order. Come on. All right, got some at 315. All right, I got a couple UNH call options here. Wow, Berna, that dropped. Someone might want to take advantage of that. My position size is too big. Gold is going.
I did add a few QQQ puts just now, but I may already take profit because I'm already up 15%.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm out. That's
Beautiful.
great.
What's
Start.
Berna trading at? 1950. Come on. Come on already.
Orders.
What the hell's going on? It's not filling. 20. How to fill me. It's not filling. All right. Come on. Freaking hate Fidelity. I think I'm gonna sell the rest of my gold calls.
You are?
I mean, I'm up nice on them, and these candles are scaring me a little bit. Hold on, let me just, you know what? Let me sell 10.
Starting to wick here. Would be nice.
Sell 10 more of those.
Let's see. Couple more minutes in this 5-minute candle.
Let's go down the list here. Cytotech at the pop. See, someone's asking me any additional. Yeah, I still own it. CSLRF. I'm waiting for the ticker symbol change, and then hopefully we'll cash in when that happens. DJT, is DJT up? Is there news on DJT? No, DJT is down. Yeah, this is a day not to do too much, guys. Oh, shoot. I did keep some Dell and Alta call options from Friday, unfortunately. That was part of the reason for my big loss Friday was Dell, Alta, and Open. I just got smoked on those three. And good earnings reports, man. I got to say, Dell does not deserve to be down like this. And Alta does not deserve to be down on this. Let's see. Maybe I'll get lucky and Alta will be up $10 today. Let's see.
I'm not seeing anything else that's too exciting at the moment.
I'll check out. Let's see. Hopefully Alta will get excited. Alta did not deserve this at all, man. It's crazy. Ooh. Gold. Let me see what I ended up doing on gold. Did I sell more or not? I don't remember. Sell to close. Yeah, I sold about 55, 60% of my gold call options. So I got a little bit more. And I have still like 40% of the common shares. I think at this point I've profited enough on it. I'm just going to keep the rest as a hedge. ONDS with a spike. Nice. What's going on with this?
Nice green candle right here.
ONDS.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Should have picked up more. I didn't really pick up a lot. I think I might take a profit on it here. Should have done size. All right, ONDS in at 534, taking some profit here at 566, but damn, I should have done more. 567, didn't hit the button yet. Yeah, I'm gonna do it here. 56. Oh. All right, let's see. Maybe I can get a re-entry on that. ONDS. Let's take a peek at the indices now. IWM, did it reclaim this support line? 231.46. So it was the low of the day. Oh my God. Right, look at that. 231.46 was the support for IWM, and the low of the day was 231.47. That's insane. Holy crap.
Jeez.
Wow. Damn, I wish I had the balls to play that kind of stuff. I don't do indices really, but these levels work so well. It's just ridiculous. You got to be super fast though. Not my thing. Okay, let's see Ultra Dell. MOBX up 20% on that news this morning.
What's the ticker?
MOBX. Good news. Really nice news.
Yeah.
BMNR flip red to green. Hold on. Let's get Ethereum up here. Ethereum will pop as well, but still below the 20 DMA. Throw these up here. So BMNR, and where's my Ethereum? There we go. Ethereum, BMNR. Come on, Ulta. Gold hanging in there nicely. Joby down 5%. I tried to grab more Berna here, but it was just I couldn't. It's not liquid like call options. I couldn't get it. The spreads are too big. I was trying to get the 20s, I believe. Hit $1.30. Wait a second. Did I get filled? I don't think so. No, I didn't get filled. Hit $1.30, another $1.35 by $1.70. I added a few more common shares though on that drop. Come on, Alta to save the. I need something to save my day because actually no, I'm okay. I'm not down that much. What's going on with Zibio? Finally, 16.50. I mean, this thing, I'm surprised it didn't move in pre-market. I have a small position at 16.40. The spread is terrible. The volume's terrible. But I'm going to hold on to it because they just got $300 million in funding with a $670 million market cap. Are you kidding me? Should have done better. ZBIO, how much of that $300 million is up front. I forgot. Let me check. 75 million up front. Additional 150 million phase 3 coming up. So they got about over 10% of the market cap and upfront payment from Royalty Pharma, RPRX. This Arrow Pharma is a much better deal, but I'm not in the mood to chase this stuff. Arrow Pharma was with, was it Merck? Can't find it now. Upfront $200 million. Who was it with? Global licensing agreement, Novartis. Okay, so Arrowhead Pharma gets 200 million upfront with Novartis and up to 2 billion in milestones. So that's doing well, but I just do not feel like chasing this stuff today. Gold hanging in there. Alta, come on, Alta. How much Alta do I have? I got smoked. I got destroyed on Alta last week. Oh my god, it was terrible. I'm in the 507.50 calls. That's what I got destroyed on, along with the common shares. Yeah, my average is up here at like 7. And it went all the way at 185, just murdered. And get back to 7 today. BMNR looking good. Gold looking nice. I'm not in BMNR though, by the way, right now.
Yeah,
Burn almost a full rebound. What's that?
He said ETH had a nice little pop there.
Yeah, you gotta look at the daily. Need to break above 44.50.
Yep.
It's unbelievable how IWM bounced off that support to the penny. UNH crawling back. Let's see. I got into the 312.50 calls. 312.50 calls. Oh, am I up on them? What do you know? I'm up on these UNH calls. All right.
Nice.
So, but I didn't buy a lot of them. Just very little. Kind of timid today. There's UNH.
Liking how this is setting up.
There. I like how what's setting up.
UNH, you break above. What is
it?
it?
Yeah. UNH looks great.
310.70 and can retest.
I have a 0.2% allocation in these call options, so it's not going to make me rich. BMNR is looking nice. Alta, Dell, Gold. I think I might have to take. I lost so much money on Dell too. Shoot. I may take the loss on Dell and Alta at some point soon, and maybe just focus on UNH. Gold. Let's go gold.
Taking it off the chin today on TONX.
TONX. Oh, wow. I wish I could buy this. Oh, you know what? I'm going to buy some in E-Trade right now. Let me see. TONX. Let's see. TONX. Is it not even here? It's not even on each. What the hell? Oh, there it is.
Someone's saying like a Fubo.
I got some TONX in my unofficial account over at E-Trade just because it's not available in Fidelity.
Fubo popping this morning.
Oh, there's that guy on CNBC who pushed it the other day. forget his name. Steve something Grosso, I think. Steve Grosso. This is the Steve Grosso pop right there. After hours on Thursday into Friday, and here on Monday again. UNH very volatile. Jeez, look at ETH trying to get 44.52. Needs another $80 to break that level. Man, I'm out of BMNR now. I told myself I'll get back in BMNR when ETH goes above the 20 DMA. I guess I'll stick to that plan. Berna green. Oh, that should help my account now. Yeah, I took a beating on Berna. I'm green for the day now, guys. Thank you.
There you go.
I'm green for the day now. But I'm still, man, I'm losing on. I got to cut my losses on Dell and Alta. Might up today on Alta. Let me see. Even for the day, these Alta calls are down. It's just not enough. Needs a bigger move. Let's see, is there any? Someone picked up $125 call options. I wouldn't do that, but could work. But my target, I don't want to say too much on Berna because that's for paid subscribers. Hold on, guys, 1 second. What's that? Okay, I'm gonna go. What? No, let me see her pick you up now. All right. UNH tough. I don't like these kind of charts. Too much shop.
No.
Up and to the right. That's what I love. Up and to the right. That's
you know what chart's looking the best? It's still standing out to me is ONDS. It's like the only one right now.
Yeah, might have to get back in. Nice. Might have to get back in. I think I will get back in. Back higher. One of the tricks that has really improved my returns is having no problem buying back higher. Oh, look at BMNR. Ooh, look at Dell. Come on, Dell. Alta, let's go, baby. I think I'm going to sell more of these gold call. I think I might get all out of these gold call options. I'm up nicely on them. Let me sell 5 more of these contracts.
The video's been ripping this morning.
What is up?
NVIDIA.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll take it. Hopefully I'll help the queues, which will help everything else. Let's hope. Hope Dell, especially. Come on, Alta. Come on. Yeah, baby. You know what? I'm thinking of selling the rest of my gold call options, right? I think I will. Oh, what should I do? All right, I'm going to sell 5 more. I only have 5 contracts left now. And then gold itself, I'm up huge on. The common shares, I'm going to sell another half of my common shares here. Lock in these gains. All right, cool. Locked in a bunch of gains. What's going on down below the fold? MOBX. Oh, Zibio on the move, baby. Fubo high of day up 5%. Ooh.
Yeah, someone was calling that out inside the community actually. So
yeah, I saw that. Look at that! Wow, what a move! Wow, I didn't know Steve Grosso was that influential. Let's move that up there. Alrighty. Take care. Ulta, come on, baby. Come on, Ulta. I lost so much money on Ulta Friday. That was crazy. They got so many upgrades. What's that? 1 second. What? Hi. All right. So, that was my daughter commenting on Ulta. Likes Ulta. Okay. By the way, let me show you something on Ulta. You see this big, huge red candle on earnings? Okay. Guess what happened last time they had a big, huge red candle on earnings? It was right here. Look what happened the next day. And look what happened every single time it had a big, huge red candle, by the way. Look at this. Big, huge red candle. Next day, big open green candle. Let's keep going. What was another? It tends to do this on earnings reports. No, that's not a good example. Here's another earnings report. There you go. But it was an open red candle, and then again, an open green candle. So, man, look at the gap and fade on this earnings report, but then it stayed down. All right, we'll see. All right, let's see. Got some hope. Got some hope on Ulta. I mean, it's already up $7, but still, I need a lot more than that to cut into these losses from Friday. Holy crap, I lost so much money in Ulta. Let's see. 673, 290 by 380. You know what? I think I'm going to put a limit order in. All right. Put a limit order in Ulta. 507.50 calls to sell them at 650 at a loss still, but that would be a significant comeback, which I will gladly take. I don't need to make a profit on it. Just want to make back some of this capital. Wow, just at 504. Oh, what those call options do? 418, 590. Whoa, these call options move. Do this up to the second. This one. 507.50. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. Come on. This would really help my day if I get to 650 on this. I'm going to ask is 470. I'm not far behind. Holy smokes. Okay. Oh. Oh, right. I stepped back into ONDS. Yeah, baby. I like it. Almost green. Let's do a red to green, and then we can run even more. Holy smokes. Dude, ONDS is such freaking crazy stock over the last month. Unbelievable. Here we go. 585. Come on, just a couple cents. There's a big ass 20,000 shares at 585. Got to break that. Did he get into ONDS, right?
Yeah.
Did I make ONDS the number one pick of the day? I forget.
Yeah, you did.
Wow. Oh, Cypher's up? I kept some Cypher over the weekend. Hold on, let me sell that. Cypher, I'll take my profit. I'm out. Cypher. Even though like there may be news coming soon on Cypher. There's a lot of excitement and speculation over that. Wow. So just sold my Cypher. The day is slowly turning, I think, into a good day for me. Let me check. Yeah, I'm up.
I wish I went bigger size though.
On ONDS?
Yeah.
I know, like that was stupid. It was yeah, it was 530s when I bought it. This has been like the favorite drone stock out there, and was down 8%, 9% on good news when the good news came out. I mean, it's a little bit obvious, but also the market just made market makes it hard right now. But IWM with a beautiful bounce off that support made entries work this morning. Fugo is gone, huh? I traded this last week, but I didn't swing any, and I didn't re-enter today. Izzy, let's hope UNH. You can say that about UNH in a second. They only have 5 call options, though. Not really going to make money on it, but
I guess I should have just bought ONDS has call options, right, or no?
Boeing did have news this morning, which I put in the news feed. Up 0.8% on that. Some big contract that they won. What is an RR reversal? That's Rich Tech Robotics. Didn't they have some big news last week that we played? What was the big news? We played this. Was it NVIDIA? Yeah, they had multiple. Oh, we killed Rich. Oh, we were all over RR.
We did really good on that one.
Yeah, we totally killed that one. But I'm not ready to re-enter it now. And HWH apparently. Whoa, I don't know. This is like a penny stock shitco. I don't like playing these. I don't see news. Let me check Benzinga. No, I don't play stuff like this. These are Discord pumps or something, and I don't like to be part of those. All right. ONDS in the green, baby. Oh yeah, buying back higher worked. And I think I might take a profit and try again later. ONDS. Oh, it's so beautiful, but I'm going to take a profit here. All right, I'm out ONDS. I'll take that. Just a small scalp, but on a day like today, again, a bunch of those. Second entry in at 570 out of 590. Something's wrong.
What?
Oh, shoot. I didn't sell all my shares. Okay, now I'm out of ONDS. And why did my account value just drop? What happened? Cypher. Alta. UNH. Gold. It must be one of the e-liquid options. Cypher keeps going. Whoa. Look at that. Cypher and ONDS really working. I'm out of both of them now.
Godfather's all over that one this morning.
Which one, Cypher?
Yep.
He still likes it here?
Yeah, I believe so. He's been talking about it.
What does he say?
Actually,
look at that move.
He just trimmed some.
I may have to buy back some higher. This is crazy. He trimmed some. I'm going to buy back a little bit. Fraction of the size I had before, and we'll see. All right. ONDS. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm going to have to buy this one back higher too. Going to do also a fraction of the size I had before. Gotta respect that relative strength. Alta, baby. Let's go. Come on. Get to my 650. Wow. ONDS and Cypher really killing it. Alta. If these call options get to 650, it'll make my day. Simply by losing less money. GDXU up 5%. Oh, gold is still moving. I kept just 5 contracts on gold. Come on, Ulta. Time is at 10 o'clock. Our interview is at 10:30.
Correct.
All right, cool. So, guys, 10:30 interview FGNX. It's 10 o'clock now. It'd be great if you guys can spread the word, retweet the post on X, comment on it, like it. Really appreciate that. Wait, did I? Oh, right. I bought a little FGNX Friday. Okay, cool. RWAR up 10%. Wow. Should have played that, right? With Novartis. Look at that. Huge. Well, I'm up on Zibio. I played that one. You know what? I'm going to take my Zibio game now. Zibio. I should have done RWAR. That was a better deal of the two. It's just the market made me so hesitant this morning to do much.
Yeah, the market's ripping. Normally, when you're opening up that low, you normally get a nice little rip.
Yeah, but it's so hard, man. Especially if you're worried about a seasonality like a September.
I know. I got lucky that I sold those Q puts when I did, or else I would have got crushed if I didn't sell those. Right out the open for a quick 30%.
Man, this RWAR would have been awesome. Cytotech keeps going.
I'm very hesitant about this, though.
Yeah, me too. I'm not chasing this.
I want to keep chasing this higher.
I would not. Okay, sold the Zibio for 40-cent gain. 60.
I think I may sell some ONDS here.
I really should have done RWAR. RWAR. What is RWAR? How do you say it? Arrowhead Pharma. Let's go down below the fold, see what's going on. I still have some Wolf. Not on my trade account, though. Oh, by the way, should maybe not forget about MongoDB. We killed MongoDB. That was beautiful.
Yeah,
Keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on a break of 322.
Oh shit, it's
My
going
target
again.
was 330 to 350. I'll throw that up there. Man, ONDS looks so hot right now. Holy smoke. Ulta. Oh my gosh. Oh, it just filled. I was just about to say maybe I should sell half of my Ulta calls, not all of them. It just filled at 650. But you know what? I should take it because that really helped my account selling that at 650 right now. But now it's 730, 810. Oh my god. Wait a second. I have 2 Ulta calls in my Webull account. Oh yes. My Webull account's up 13% today. No, I only have one Ulta call in my Webull. My Webull account is so small. I've not had an easy time.
Trump to announce Space Command headquarters at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Space stocks. Rocket Lab is
Rocket Lab. I was just gonna say that.
Is Rocket Lab rocketing right now? Oh my god, that Ulta. Oh my gosh.
Not really.
760 by 890. Oh my gosh, I left so much. That's like another. If I waited just a little bit longer, that would have been like another $4,000. Holy smokes! Could have made a profit on it. Ulta's just ripping. Holy smokes! Well, that locked in probably a green day for me. Selling Ulta there. But I was gonna go to be like sell half, and then it just sold. It just sold at 650. Look at this. It's now 8 by 9. Holy smokes. 840 just filled at 840. That would have been another $5,000. Jeez. You know what? Let's leave it on our radar. Maybe there'll be a Alta dip to take advantage of. Look at this.
I mean, UNH is just chopping around right now.
I told you that Alta shouldn't have done what it did. Maybe Dell will also finally listen to me on a day. That was not a bad. No, Dell's not going to listen. That's disgusting. I'm
gonna sell the rest of my.
I'm out Dell. I'm selling this Dell. I don't even have much left. I lost a lot on it. Only $800 capital left in it. It's not worth it to sell it yet. All right, I'm gonna keep that. Wow, Alta's crazy. Look at this. Just from today, Alta opened at, wow, what did it open at? These Alta call
26.
Look at these Alta call options that I swung into today. Opened at $1.95, and they're now $8. Almost a 4-bagger. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. I'm like happy that I lost less money instead of making money. But wow, that's crazy.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a water real quick before the all this starts.
Oh right, I still have one call option in Webull. I'll take it. Wait, did I buy any in E-Trade? That would have been fun. No, I didn't. All right. All right, FGNX coming up in 23 minutes. Oh, right. RR, we played it because of the Walmart thing last week. That's old news. Did they actually release news on that now? No, I don't see anything new on RR. That's insane how quickly these Alta call options. The thing was like at $2 when I put a right here on air with you. I put a sell order at $6.50. It freaking went to $8.40. Oh my gosh. I'm still in these UNH calls. What's going on with the call options today on Berna? Not a lot. Let's check the indices now. IWM, TLT. Oh, gold. Holy smokes. Too bad I sold most of my gold. Let's see now. On the remaining gold that I have, it's only a few call options left at this point. They're up 198%. Wow. 198%. Damn. Wow. If I played my cards right, I swung gold and Alta call options into today. Wow. Let's see, UNH maybe next. I'm selling one more of these gold contracts. I only have 4 left. And I still have a bunch of common shares. UNH. So let's see. Maybe I'll add more to these UNHs. I'm up on them too. $3.16 entry. They're now $3.85, but I only have 5 of them. I'm not gonna make money on that, guys. Look at this beautiful chart, though. It's too beautiful. It's too beautiful. I gotta average up. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm averaging up. All right, just doubled my UNH position from 0.25% to 0.5%. I got a 0.5% allocation in UNH calls. We made our money on Ulta. 442. I don't know, man. I'm tempted to just sell the rest. I think I'm gonna sell the rest of my gold calls here. I only have 4 left. I'm gonna sell 3 of them just so I can get that screenshot later of the. Hopefully, we'll stay up here so I can take the screenshot. But 200% gain on gold calls. Filled at 405 there.
There you go. Nice.
What's that?
I said nice.
Yeah, I kept one. I'll get the screenshot for you later.
So aren't you glad you held some?
Yeah, man, I had so much gold on Friday. Oh my gosh. But I just got so destroyed on everything. If I didn't get so destroyed on everything else on Friday, I probably would have kept the bigger gold position. But I was like desperate to take a profit anywhere. I'm like, gold is the only thing I'm up on. So I sold like over half of my gold on Friday. And not at good prices, to be honest with you, even though I made a profit. Look at Ulta's continuing. Oh my gosh. Regrets. ONDS pullback, Cypher a little pullback. I am back in both of those. MDB, watch. MongoDB, holy smokes. MongoDB really wants to break out here, man. Oh, snap. We made so much money on MongoDB. Right? Can we try it again?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
September 5th, 320. And I don't know. Wow, look at that. That looks so beautiful. September 5th, 322. September 12th, 3. Look at that chart, though. Ooh, so pretty. September 5th, 322. I guess that's what I'm thinking. September 5th, 322. I'm in at 609. What do we need to break? 321.92. And then maybe we can go like another $8 pretty quickly if that breaks. Ulta makes me want to cry. Jeez. Oh, UNH. Oh, that double down worked. Put the relative strength ones up here, guys. MongoDB, UNH, and Ulta. Wow. And these are all high dollar stocks that are really good with options too, if you get the direction right. Wow. ONDS pullback. I think I'm gonna grab some more on this ONDS pullback right here. Okay, in at 570, 569, something like that on ONDS.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with my profits I made on it today. Not huge. Not gonna try to.
Let me throw gold at the top too. So look at these. All of these $300 stocks are just killing it today. Gold, MongoDB, UNH, and Ulta. Throw those to the top. Well, FGNX. I'm gonna throw that to the top because we're about to interview them. Cypher,
we're breaking it.
What's that?
We're breaking it for for UNH.
Okay, cool. I just doubled down. It's 10:15. UNH. Everything just had a little pullback candle right here. And gold up, which means maybe the markets just took a dip. No, they didn't. Okay. Oh, tomorrow morning. Let me think about this. Tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow morning I'm gonna have to do the pre-market show for VIPs. We're going back to the private show tomorrow. I'm gonna have to do that at 7 a.m. tomorrow, right?
Yep.
There's no public show tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment at 8:30. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I thought. I'd be careful. This market's starting to pull back a little here.
7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. will be our pre-market show tomorrow. Private only. All right. Okay. Let's see. UNH though looks good on the pullback. Got another nice pop here. Alta continues to look good. MDB, look at that! Oh, we just got those MDB calls. Look, man, these ones I put at the top, they're great. You have these at the top of your watch list: Gold, MongoDB, UNH, and Alta. Wow. UNH. Let's see. It should be up on UNH now. 17% on these calls, but it's a small position. 0.6% allocation. What do we need to break? Oh, this chart is so beautiful. Rhett, I'm thinking of getting even more UNH call options. Like keep average. I don't like to average up call options, but I'm gonna get a few more. I mean, I'm keeping my position size very small though. So let's see. I just added a few more UNH calls, which puts me at a 0.86% allocation on UNH calls.
Your target for now is going to be that high on that candle of
360 and 40.
40. Yep.
But honestly, my real target is 326.50. It's just I'm kind of anticipating a break of that 360 and 40. Oh wow, look at gold. Jeez. Look at MongoDB. Yeah, baby. I'm basically out all the gold call options, just one of them, so I can give you a screenshot. And then the common shares, I have a 17% position left. Man, I was at 99% on Friday at one point. 17% position in GLD common. I'm thinking of taking the profit here, Brett. Wow, look at the UNH calls, baby. Oh, I don't want to forget about American Eagle. Having a nice little morning here.
Oh, HWH is freaking flying. Holy cow.
Yeah, but I don't know what the hell it's about.
I mean, it's pulling back now, but
I think it's
looked at that chart.
I think it's just a manipulation pump. I don't want to participate in that kind of stuff unless there's a real catalyst behind it. Oh, gold. MDB, baby. Mongo. Oh, yeah. Let me see how my Mongo's doing. MongoDB. I'm up 5% on the call options. Where's the resistance? 321.92. Almost there. And then remember last week I was aiming for 330 to 350 as a swing target. Yep. Still in play. 330 to 350. 321.92. These MongoDB calls I picked up. I have only a 0.5% position though. Bottom at 610. They're now 685. Man, I wish I had more. FGNX interview coming up in 10 minutes. Wow, look at MongoDB. Oh, can't. I want people to look at this stuff while I do the interview, right?
Yeah, I know.
All right, give me a few minutes. Rhett, you can take over. You can share your screen if you want. Just gonna take care of some stuff so I can be nice and ready for that call at 10:30. What's your audience like? We got
600.
637. Let's go, guys. You can go ahead and retweet this stream. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, let me
Was Natalie's asking me about open. I'm not interested in open today. I don't know what to tell you. Someone killed it. It was Ross this morning. Ross entered open this morning. I just got killed on Friday, and I don't know. Don't want to play open right now. Oh well, making money other places where I like the catalyst better. FGNX, baby. All right. Cypher come back. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right. All right, guys. I'm all out ONDS at the moment. I'm not in that. But UNH does look really good for that move to see what we do first at the 316.40. If we break above that, our next target's going to be, like Ben said, the 326 area, which is highly possible. Looking at the chart, let me just mark this down right here. Putting notifications on so I get pinged. See what else. You guys want me to check out anything? Yeah, Izzy, you did crush it with HWH. Saw that this morning. Good job on that one. I completely missed it. Halftime, whenever I'm trading, I don't see the live stream, and I have the Discord open, but for some reason I was just laser focused on the charts today, so sorry about that. Let's see. The price target for open. Ooh, I don't know, but I'll look at it and try to tell you. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Probably just say the low-hanging fruit now is going to be that around the, let's see what that is, the 493. Yeah, right around the 493 area. 495, I'd say, for it. And if of that, you can make your next move to see. Go to the weekly, see what we can find. Open. 5. Then your next would be 2. If you break those highs, 52-week highs, you're gonna get your next 650. Well, that's my targets for you for that. Let's see what else. Give me 1 second. I gotta do something, guys.
All right, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Nothing much.
Gold. Holy crap. MDB. Man, can you imagine if I kept all those gold call options?
Oh my gosh.
You just want to if you want to ping everyone involved with the 10:30, just make sure they have the right link and everything. So I don't see them in the studio yet. We got 5 minutes left. Oh my gosh, gold. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna sell the rest of my gold common shares here. All right, I'm out of gold. Man, I had so many call options on Friday. I wish I kept them all. Anyway, all right, I'm all out of gold. Got some call options in Mongo, UNH, and I'm out of Ulta, unfortunately. Iron 52-week high. Whoa. So what's going on with up 11%? Is Wolf doing okay today, or is it just Iron and Cypher? Wow, Wolf, nice candle, bullish engulfing almost if it breaks above 978. Let me throw this over to top picks as well between Wolf and Cypher. And what? Maybe I'm putting. Oh, let's group them all together. Put Iron up there too. Add to watch list. Top picks. Iron. All right, so we got Iron, Wolf, and Cypher all up here. Wow, man, sold gold too early, huh? UNH with the drop. Opportunity to get in if you like that thesis. And Ulta keeps going.
Already we have the CEO in the background.
You again making a move? Oh, had a big pop there. Man, we're so early in this. 370 to 470 this morning. That's 590. I'm out. Sold at 470. Yeah, that UNH drop. All right, we're going to start in 2 minutes, guys. We're not live yet, Maja.
Your camera is not on though.
Yeah, let's get that camera. Maya. Sorry. Maya, let's set up that camera and the audio. And we'll go live in just a couple minutes. Oh my gosh, look at MongoDB. Broke resistance, guys. MongoDB broke that resistance level I was looking at. 330 to 350 target. Swing target. 330 to 350 swing target on MongoDB. Beautiful. Wolf looks like it might want to join the Cypher Iron party. Actually, you know what? Last thing I'm going to do before we start the show, I'm going to chase Wolf here a little bit. We made so much money on Wolf.
Let me go ahead and change this banner for you guys.
I'm buying Wolf here at high of day. Oops. Because Cypher and Iron are up 13% each. And we got a bullish engulfing candle forming here. Wow. All right, this is exciting stuff. We're putting in a good day despite our pessimism in the morning. We're in the right places, especially with the Ulta and the gold. Oh my gosh, it really saved the day.
Big candle on the Qs just now.
All right, beautiful. All right, we're going to hit that countdown. Good morning. We have Maya here, Maya Vujinovic. How do you say that?
Good one. Morning to you, Maya Vujanovic.
Vianovich. I got Maya Vianovich here from FGNX, CEO of FGNX. That's Fundamental Global. Is that what it's called? Fundamental Global?
Used to be. That's right. Now it's FGNexus.
FGNexus. Oh, you got, yeah, I see that website there. FGNexus.io. So we're going to continue the conversation we've been having with our community over the last 2 weeks on Ethereum, right? We've been all over the Ethereum theme. Maya, our community has made a ton of money on Bitmine, BMNR, Bitminer, Tom Lee's company there. And Maya, it looks like, why don't you give us a little background on this ticker symbol, what it used to be and when you got involved with it? We'll start there.
Yeah, sure. Good morning, everybody. Good to be here and start of this fall. I think this is going to be exciting despite the markets kind of being a little bit down. And I think you said earlier, gold is up, which is a good thing. I expect Bitcoins to follow. So, and then Ethereum as well. So I think we're entering into a really interesting time. I think in general, Fundamental Global, as you said before, was a prior company we got involved with, and right now we've transitioned into FGNexus, and the reason for that is because the company kind of saw a direction that the Wall Street was taking, and in general impact of blockchain, and they wanted to be part of a digital growth story. And so we have completely repositioned every asset we have, and in a process of concluding everything else to be positioned as one of the top treasury companies in digital asset space.
Okay, that's great. And just, can you just give me the dates? Like, when did these transactions occur? Just to understand where you are in the process.
Yeah, sure. It all happened kind of the last 2-3 months, I would say. And then we have one more small transaction that's coming up, and I think that's all going to be concluded within the next week.
Okay, so I'm looking at the stock here. At least my data on Webull is showing a $17.5 million market cap with 1.33 million shares outstanding. Is that accurate as far as you know?
Well, our market cap is a lot larger than that because we actually have about 41.3 million common shares outstanding.
Okay.
And so I think that hasn't been calculated yet, but our market cap is a lot larger than that.
Okay, so what can you tell us about the Ethereum you currently have and the cash, the NAV, and the plans?
Sure. So I think your audience understands a lot about that, I assume, right? And so we are another digital asset treasury company. We've decided to accumulate Ethereum because of my background, and I'm happy to get into that a little bit later. We raised $200 million last month, and we acquired ETH with all of that. We currently have about $230 million because of the accumulation of ETH and the fact that we've decided to stake all of our ETH.
Okay, so you got $230 million ETH, and okay, great. So what are your plans going forward? And I'd love to talk about. I think it seems like Tom Lee's trying to become the what do you call it, MSTR, the MicroStrategy of Ethereum, right? And I see like he keeps talking about in the press releases like 5% alchemy, he calls it, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know your take on that. And is there room for multiple ones, or is the market just going to give a premium to the biggest one? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think it's a good question, and a question that's asked by a lot of folks out there. I think there's a room for a couple of different Ethereum plays, and I think there's a room for a couple of different Bitcoin plays. There's a room for different Solana plays. It's not a winner take all. And there is a reason for that, right? I think that would be also, it would also mean that all the Ethereum would go to one digital asset treasury company, which is also really dangerous for kind of impacting the Ethereum itself, right? Because once you own a certain percentage of Ethereum, you have a way to impact that ecosystem. And so I think there is absolutely room for 3, 4, or 5 Ethereum treasury companies who need to collaborate together in order to build the ecosystem itself. And there is a reason for that, because Ethereum is directly connected to kind of Wall Street transitioning into a digital economy fully, and our stable coins, which is extremely geopolitical. So I don't think it's winner take all. You can have a certain percentage that will be owned by Bitmine, that will be owned by Zilla or others, and we are aiming to own 10% of
Wow. How are you going to do that? You got investors lined up?
We do.
Raising money.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I've been in this industry since 2010. 2013, I bought a first bank for Tether. I launched the first trade finance deal on Ethereum itself. Invited Joe Lubin to come into GE, where I was the CIO at the time, and really kind of wanted to see what's so smart about these smart contracts. And I saw a huge potential, just given my background of emerging markets and payments. I understood how hard it was to do the cross-border payments, to, you know, where the Wall Street was going to go. And after running a number of those pilots and having hands-on experience, I realized that, you know, everybody wants to go to that minimum transactional cost. Everybody wants to go into the next wave of evolution of financial assets. And I think Ethereum is extremely positioned well for that use case. And so I think when I think about, when people ask me about investors, I mean, that's absolute given. The key here is educating investors of where Wall Street is going. Wall Street is going to move on a different rails. And there's not going to be, again, even one winner, such as Ethereum. There will be others who will take part of that. But Ethereum is in an absolute lead. And I think that therefore there is space for owning that much of an asset as well.
Okay. I'd like to get a little bit into why Ethereum all of a sudden has become so hot it feels like about 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm not a big crypto person. Okay. I don't understand, meaning, you know, the technicals underneath it of why it becomes so popular and fundamentally the use cases and everything. But from like an outside perspective, it almost looks to me like Bitcoin is the gold of crypto, while Ethereum might be like the USD of crypto. I don't know if there's any truth to that looking at it from outsider perspective, but basically I'm getting to, it seems like from what I'm hearing, Ethereum has more functional utility, while Bitcoin is just an asset, you know, store of value like gold. Is that my right understanding? Like, what is so hot about? Why did Ethereum take off here in the last 6 months?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. I mean, look, again, I was in Bitcoin in 2010. I saw a huge need for something like that, given that I've lived and worked in mobile payments in Africa and LATAM for a decade. And Bitcoin is an absolute store of value. It is a asset that has provided financial freedom to a lot of people around the world. But you're absolutely correct. Ethereum has more utility, right? There is something called smart contracts that are able to provide us with programmable assets, programmable money, programmable agreements. And so when I look at the stats on some of the stable coins in the last couple of months, in 2017, I'll tell you this, in 2017, after my work in Africa and in blockchain from 2013, and being part of the Tether story from early days, I realized that, you know, I think Chris Dixon calls it a WhatsApp moment for crypto. I mean, I saw it in 2017 where I said that stablecoins are going to be the killer use case of crypto. And so most of that, Ethereum launched its first synthetic dollar on Ethereum. And so remember, that story of Ethereum being actually used for the utility begins really early on. So then you're looking at last decade, which, by the way, Ethereum celebrated 10 years, like I think it was about a month ago. And you're looking at years of piloting, years of putting data on that, years of using those smart contracts. And so these things take a while, right? I mean, internet took over 20 years to really develop to where it is today. So all of these assets, because they're speculative in their nature because of price, really have have not been reliable to some extent. However, though, if you look at charts over the last 10 years of Bitcoin, right, it's been a most performing and top performing asset of all time. Ethereum, I think, is going to come into its moment in the next year, 2, 3, and 5, because every single institution on Wall Street is building and piloting on Ethereum. $200 billion of stable coins, and 60% of that, 70% of that is all built on Ethereum. And that's global, and that's only going to go into trillions. And so I think we are just seeing the lag of time, and you're seeing the opportunities kind of just fruition now, where Ethereum has been a stable network. Most people will say, hey, look, it's more expensive than something else. I think a lot of times that doesn't matter. Wall Street wants reliability, wants trust. As a former executive, I could tell you, as somebody who's worked in emerging markets, the trust is the most important part. And so, and they want the cost lowered. And so that's what you get with Ethereum. And I think this is where that time has coming now. And in the next 5 years, you're going to see a massive boom in this space.
So what happened in the last 6 months? Why all of a sudden everyone is doing this treasury strategy all at the same time? Was there some kind of secret meeting in the crypto world? Because obviously it's not like Tom Lee came on TV and then all these companies are chasing him. That the plans must have been in place all at the same time. Someone knew something. What was the trigger for this to be the time?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, I think it was like David Bailey, putting us all together, and we all, and you know who David Bailey is, right? He's obviously a legend in the space, runs a magazine, Bitcoin.com, has had one of the largest conferences in the space. But no, I think, look, I think it's an evolution of the space, right? We've seen first, early days, I was a miner. I got into this from kind of a curiosity perspective because I saw this need in emerging markets. And if I lived in the US, I don't think that I would realize that the need for kind of decentralization and T minus zero, right? But when emerging markets, I had a hard time paying people across border, getting my own salary, right? So I saw a huge need. Then from that curiosity, something else emerged. I saw the synthetic dollar creation by Tether, and I thought, wait a second, we're now moving into a digital world. Like, what does that actually mean? Then that transitioned into a bunch of ICOs because the smart contracts capabilities provided people an ability to create a token out of thin air, right? And this is just capability of technology. Then we saw a boom of ICOs, right? And that then transitioned into something else. Then you started to see real use cases, not just speculative use cases of where this could go. Then you started to see Bitcoin being taken in seriously by sovereigns, by wealth funds, by family offices, and saying, hold on, $1 is in a decline, right? We have a massive amounts of debt around the world. What are the safe assets, right? And so people obviously went to silver and gold and real estate, right, to some extent. And then they realized that Bitcoin was continuously on this rise, and they started paying attention to Bitcoin. And they said, okay, well, let's do this. And then Michael Saylor, as you know, out of the blue, came up with this idea. And he's the kind of ultimate guide for a lot of people to do this. I do think this is not the only evolution. We are going to evolve even further from these stats. And I think in the last 6 months, what has happened is that people started to realize that they can actually capture this asset in a very interesting way that allows institutional investors to invest where originally they were either scared to invest in crypto or they didn't have a mandate to hold crypto. And not only that, if they went into ETF, you could have told me, hey, why not ETFs? Well, they can take an ETF, but ETF is quite, fixed and it's passive, while entities like that are super active because of staking, right? Because Ethereum is proof of stake. You can stake it, which means you're part of the network. You're constantly contributing to the network. You're supporting the network. You're securing the network, right, on these transactions. Then you can restake it. And on top of that, which again, I alluded to earlier, where the things are transitioning is we're going to start to build infrastructure that is around kind of tokenized dollar, that where tokenized dollar is going to run on. So think of tokenized stocks and bonds and, everything else, treasuries, right? And so I think that's the kind of next evolution where these businesses and DATs are going to have to come up with businesses that are accompanying the actual holding of the asset itself. So in the last 6 months, I think it was a combination of Michael Saylor doing that, people realizing you could do that with other assets. And then on top of that, that institutional investors and people around the world really don't have any other access. And the best way to do that is to own the stock of the company. Because think about it, most people are never going to want to learn about this. They don't have time to learn about this, right? And so, as I said earlier, owning an ETF is quite a passive way to do it. You're not earning any yield on that asset. Where when you own our stock, and we are constantly earning yield on the Ethereum that we own, and that's about 3%. So you asked me earlier what our company has right now in cash. I mean, we have about 4 million in cash just for things in emergency and small operational expenses, but everything else is absolutely focused on Ethereum. And we're making about 7 million right now just on staking.
7 million per what, quarter?
Per quarter. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So is there a path to profitability here as well? Like when people invest in these ETH treasury companies, is it just about it's not just about the asset value? Do you have like a business plan or a vision for what kind of profitability your company is going to achieve?
Yeah, profitability might be tough at the moment in terms of other businesses. The profitability for us staking Ethereum is absolutely
right, that's what I mean.
clear.
Yeah.
That's very clear. For the rest, at the moment, we are definitely looking at how stablecoins are going to develop and the tokenization side is going to develop. And by the way, if everything is okay on the macro side, given the news with Trump's health and everything that's going on, right? If we continue on this path that is all, that we're on the path towards clear regulation and tokenization, you might be looking at something as next year where we get a clear regulation around tokenized, let's say bonds or equity or whatever. And so in that case, some of the DATs will be transforming into probably a smart operating businesses, but that is again attached to their assets.
Yeah, that's staking though. That's 3% of the value of the ETH is what you expect to earn in revenue per year.
That's minimum.
Is that per year? 3%.
That's right. Yeah. So you're looking at 3 to 4%, and then
and are there operational costs with that, or what's the margin? The profit margin on that revenue?
Very small operational costs on that, like extremely small, almost non-significant operational costs.
And then what do you plan to do with that revenue that comes in? Buy more ETH?
Buy more ETH.
Okay.
Absolutely buy more ETH. Because remember, the more ETH you own, the more you can have a say in consensus of Ethereum, and the more you can have a say and participate and really support the whole ecosystem as it grows further, right? Be it on tokenization or be it on stable coins.
Okay. I'd like to talk about the stock a little bit. You mentioned you raised, what was it, $200 million? Was that in a private placement?
Yes, it was a PIPE.
Okay.
PIPE, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And are those shareholders, are they locked up or they can sell at any time? What's the deal with those?
They're not really locked up, no. So I think that we only had 45 days until shares are registered, but there's no really lockup in these types of vehicles.
Okay. So then how do you look at, let me just show the chart so people are aware. We see the stock was up to 41, now it's at 13. How do you look at that stock in terms of overvalued, undervalued? What are your plans for this? Do you plan to use a ATM? And if so, like what kind of premiums would you want, before you hit an ATM to buy more ETH? Any comments you can make on that?
Yeah, sure. We do have an ATM we plan to use. We have a $5 billion ATM we want to use, but on the rest, we can't make comments in terms of the specific plans, just because, as you know, ATMs can be very sensitive to a stock. I think the stock is extremely undervalued because we just started, right? And I think you brought a point earlier. There are there are 3 or 4 vehicles right now. I think that I would say 2 that are significant in Ethereum. The rest, I think they're all growing, right? And so we started just about not even a month ago, right, to kick on the market. And so I think we have to steady the course and focus on acquisition of Ethereum, really providing trust on the staking front, because that's extremely important. As you know, that crypto is still very shaky in its infrastructure, and so we have to provide trust to our shareholders, to our stockholders, and we have great partners to do that. We partnered with Anchorage, we partnered with Galaxy Digital, and we partnered with BitGo, and so for all of our staking capabilities. And so our focus is really to when we unlock the ATM, to really buy more ETH, and to just keep buying ETH until we can get to our 10%, and really focus on kind of creating that relationship with the rest of the Ethereum ecosystem, so we can participate and just grow our value per share.
Okay, and are private placements a part of that too, or just going to rely on ATM?
At the moment, we're gonna rely on ATM. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We also, I mean, I think it's really important to mention, right? The way we're going to do that is probably within the next week or two. And we do have, that the shelf registration of ATM is, as I said, 5 billion, which within that 5 billion, it includes 4 billion of common shares and 1 billion of our preferred stock too.
Okay. Very nice. Anything else you want to touch on, which I haven't asked you?
No, I think this is an exciting time. I think this is really exciting. We're going to see, I think most people like you don't really, I remember in 2011 when I came and pitched Bitcoin to hedge funds, they thought that I was some kind of a, Nigerian scam, right? Letter that you're receiving from some kind of a prince. But I think today, this is where we are today. And I think this is, again, we're pitching Ethereum because we do think that Wall Street and global assets are going to move largely. One of the chains is going to be Ethereum largely. And so I think this is a super exciting time. I would encourage people to follow us. I would encourage people to get involved. And, I was right a couple of times before, so I think I'll be right this time as well.
Awesome.
I
Great.
wish you had this interview with me in 2011. I think your folks would be making a lot more money today. So,
well, you know what? We are doing pretty good here in our community. We're up 450% year to date in our official trading account. So we're on top of all the trends, Maya. Pleasure talking to you. Are there any other events we should be looking at this week to follow if people want to follow you?
Yeah, absolutely. We're doing a really cool event. Actually, thank you for asking. We're doing a cool event with Anchorage tomorrow with the CEO of SharpLink as well, with the CEO of Sam Tabar, who I've known for a long time in the space, and then Rock from EtherFi. All very successful folks prior to crypto. And then a couple of them have experience. Sam Tabar has experience in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then obviously the CEO of SharpLink too. So that would be a really exciting conversation.
Awesome. What time is that? That's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow at noon.
Tomorrow at noon. Beautiful.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
Thank you, Maya. Pleasure speaking to you.
Thank
Ticker
you so
symbol
much.
again. FGNX, everyone. Take care, Maya.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. And everyone stick around for more live trading. All right, back to live trading. Where is my screen? There you see FGNX if you're interested in that 14 by 1344. But man, right, it was hard. Alta, I sold these at $6.50. It hit 13. I would have made a huge profit. Holy crap. I had I left between gold, the gold calls I had, and gold keeps pumping too. Between gold and Alta, I probably left like $30,000 on the table if I just held everything. But, you can't just always hold everything. You got to manage that risk and sell on the way up. But unbelievable. Alta, these call options are $3 this morning. Now they're $12, quadrupled. Anyway, Rhett, what do you think of FGNX? So here we have Maya talking about a goal of 10% ETH instead of the 5% ETH goal that BMNR has with Tom Lee.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the market cap with what they're doing each quarter and how much cash they have on hand, I think it's a very interesting opportunity. So I really look forward to seeing how that plays out for them, especially with ETH and everything.
Staking revenues are pretty significant. I didn't realize it's 3% of the ETH holdings, and it's like basically all profit These ETH treasury companies can probably be profitable and pay dividend. I think there was one of them, BTCS, which declared a dividend 10 days ago, but it looks like, all of them are keen on just reinvesting the dividends, the staking revenue back into more ETH. So a
For
lot
the
going.
time being, I mean, that makes sense for now. But later
Yeah.
down the road, it probably will be get paid out to the shareholders for
Yep.
dividends. So
Yep.
something to look forward to in the future.
Yep, absolutely. All right. So that's FGNX. We'll continue doing a little bit of live trading here, and then we'll have to take a break for like an hour or so because we're going to be right back on the air on X Spaces at 1 p.m. with Wolf Financial after the Tesla space. I think there's a 12 p.m. Tesla space. We'll be doing our weekly small cap show at 1 p.m. and where we're also going to be talking to the CEO or the chairman of
TONX.
TONX. All right. We talked to him a couple weeks ago when it was Verb. Today, the ticker symbol changed to TONX, and apparently they've teased some news that's supposed to come out this Friday. So we're going to be having that conversation in the 1 p.m. hour on that show. In the meantime, let's head back to some live trading. And man, would have been I had, wow, how many? I had 25 contracts, man. 25 contracts of Alta. I sold at $6.50 and they're now $14. That's crazy amount of money, Rhett. 14 minus $6.50 times 25 contracts. That's almost $20,000 I left on the table. Shoot. But you know what? I'm grateful I just didn't sell them all in a panic at a huge loss on Friday afternoon.
Yeah,
I held
profits
on
are
to
profits. You got to look at it in that way. I mean,
it was a
not gonna be
loss,
able to
but
find the top
it
and
was,
bottom.
it was a much smaller loss than if I sold at the bottom. And I was averaging down on Friday too. Throughout the whole afternoon, I kept adding Alta calls, and it would have made a huge profit if I held till now. Anyway, all right. So gold continuing to kill it. I've basically sold out of my entire position at this point, though. I have one contract left. This is going from a 99% GLD common share position to 0 between Friday and now. So definitely made some profit in GLD. Let's see if I can quantify that here. How do we do in GLD? Not bad, man. Made over $10,000 in GLD today between the common shares and the call options. So shouldn't complain too much. And Alta ended up pretty much almost breaking even, it looks like, on the call options that got decimated on Friday. So I could have made a huge profit, but oh well. I was close. I almost went in there and changed my sell order to sell half, but I just missed it by a couple milliseconds. Anyway, MDB, UNH, I'm still in the call options on these two. MDB really pulled back though, Rhett. MDB broke that resistance level, really pulled back. UNH though still looks good. What are your thoughts on those two?
It looks like MDB is going to be following the markets a little bit. If you look at the charts, they're somewhat similar. So I just keep that in mind.
Yeah, very
I
similar.
wouldn't go
Whereas
too
UNH is outperforming the market. Interesting.
The only one that's like really bucking that trend is UNH, but it's just pretty much just
an Alta, yeah.
Yeah, and just pretty much chopping around right now. I mean, you're making new highs, but at the same time, it's this stock is tends to do that often, is what it looks like. So you just gotta hold it out and let it ride.
Okay, remind me, what were the top picks this morning? It was UNH and
number one was ONDS.
Okay, ONDS. So put that back.
Number two was Berna.
Okay.
And number three was UNH.
Okay. So. ONDH, Berna. Man, I wish I picked Alta.
I know.
But Berna is back to pretty much to break even. Let's check still not a lot of options, a little bit surprised. Friday, big options activity, honestly, thanks to our community. We're all loading up on options on Friday. All right, so ONDS, Berna, UNH. And man, between gold and Alta, I could have made back all of my losses on Friday if I kept my entire positions of gold and Ulta, and then some, and then
especially with the gold.
some. Wow. Wow. Oh well. All right. You know what? Great that I made some of my losses back from Friday. What else we got here? We'll hang out here just a little bit more. AEO. You are seeing this relative outperformance actually on AEO. Earnings coming out tomorrow night. You know what? I think I'm comfortable at this point. I should have done it earlier. I'm going to step back into AEO for the earnings anticipation run. It's tomorrow. Let me check my newsletter. There you go. You can see here in the proximal catalyst section, it's AEO after the close on Wednesday. Tomorrow afternoon, AEO earnings report. I expect, and it already started, we're bucking the market trend. Expect overperformance here into the earnings report. I'm probably not going to keep it for the earnings report. Maybe I'll keep a little bit. But I think there's going to be a lot of anticipation around the possibility the company will give an update, some sort of positive guidance on the impact on sales from the Sydney Sweeney endorsement. I mean, that's everything. It doesn't matter how the quarter just did. It matters what they say about the last month, foot traffic, sales, etc., and how that might impact the guidance going forward. I think there's going to be plenty of people who want to own the stock into this earnings report, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay, so that's why I like this as a trade. I would hopefully the way this goes is we spike into tomorrow afternoon and you can sell between 50 and 70% and then just hold a small position going into the report and we'll see what they say. But this is definitely a top idea I'll be watching on AEO.
Are you gonna look at a CIFR? Gonna add here or no? It's pulled back a little bit. I'm personally not.
Did I get back in? I'm in it, but very small. I'm back in it, very small at. How's it 788? No, it's mixing up my averages from Friday. It's my latest entry. CIFR. Yeah, I had a pretty high entry, but that's why I got small size. No, what I got into actually was Wolf because I saw Iron and Cypher up like over 10%, and Wolf I thought needed to catch up. Remember, right before the show started, I actually bought Wolf at 975, so I'm down on that. And so I don't think I'm going to add Cypher to it. Too much sector risk to be both in Wolf and Cypher. Let me see if I can get out of Wolf on a pop. And MongoDB gave it all up, sadly. And Alta, oh my God, right? Holy smokes.
I know.
25 contracts I had at $6.50, and now it's $18 at the midpoint, maybe more. Oh my gosh. That's $29,000 extra I could have made. $29,000 if I
What a move.
just ignored it. Holy crap. This morning, these call options with $3, they're now $18. Oh, shoot. Wow. Oh my gosh. That would have, I mean, it already made my day in a way. But man, another 29,000. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That would have been the play of the day. I did show you those candles of the last earnings report where it was red, big red candle. Next day, huge green candle. Damn it. Anyway, I will make all of that money and then some, hopefully with burn up pretty soon. Wow. Cypher, Iron, Wolf dropping. Is that the market dropping? Yep.
Yeah.
QQQ, SPY, everything dropping except where's our relative strength? Even Owndesk dropping. Relative strength in UNH and Berna, which are in our top picks today. UNH Berna and Alta relative strength. Wow, it's we just missed adding Alta to the top 5 pick. Should have done it. Could have done it. I studied the chart last night and I was like, yeah, we could get a big green candle today. Ooh. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. $30,000 I left on the table here. Unbelievable. With just 25 contracts. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. That's insane. Insanity. Oh, well. Okay. Let's check these call options here. Still not much going on.
No, not really.
A little bit surprised. I guess everyone in our community loaded up on Friday. All right. So, wow. Gold keeps pushing. Wow. Did I not buy any gold in my Webull account? Let's double check. Ooh, wait a second. I have one Alta contract in my Webull account. Oh, nice. It's up 92%. Man, what? I bought that $11.30 on Friday? There's no way. Would I buy that at the high of the day? Apparently, I bought these contracts at 11:30 on Friday. Oh my gosh, I bought them like right at the open. And maybe I should sell it now. Let me put an order to sell this Alta contract. Wow, they're 21. Oh my gosh, $20. Holy smokes. I just sold it for $20.90. Wow. I just sold my final Alta contract. How the hell did I sell that for $20.90? No, that must have been a different contract. This was the 505 next week. Oh, that's why I paid more for it too. It was a 505 next week is what I had in Webull. 505 next week. Let me just see here. 505. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, I just saw it for $20.90, and then I bought it for 11 and change last week on Friday. Wow, Alta is just huge winner. Okay, guys. I gotta get going because I need a little break, and then I'm gonna be on 1 p.m. Make sure to follow us on Story Trading on X so you can listen to the 1 p.m. X Spaces, small caps. I think Godfather Knows will be back. Money Mark is gonna be there.
Yep.
M from Wolf Financial, and then we're gonna have the chairman of FGNX join us at 1:30 p.m. Thanks everyone for joining us. Lots of people here, lots of new faces. I think if I could see you, but over 1,000 watchers. So just make sure to be following us on X at Story Trading. If you want to join our Discord community, storytrading.com. Just as a reminder for you folks who came in late, one of the big values we have in our community is this morning note every single morning. And at the beginning of the week, I send it the night before. Last night did that at 9:40 p.m. And you can see our performance here, 450% year to date. Macro discussion, updates in Trump world. Proximal catalysts, including the ER schedule for the week, economic data points for the week, individual stock catalysts that we write here about as well, and closed gold on the pop. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, and then recent catalysts. Keep track of recent significant catalysts. What is this? BVVVVVV typo. Let's fix this. BVVVVV out of there. All right, run an ongoing list of stocks that had recent inflection points, and then my current allocations, which, my gosh, if I kept this Alta and this gold till now, I'd be up like another $40,000 today. Insane. All right, guys, take care. Nice talking to everyone. We'll see you at storytrading.com. You can join our Discord from there. Rhett, any final words?
No, look forward to seeing you guys on the X Spaces at 1.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.